Who are the four gods? One Piece revealed that gods do indeed exist in the world of the Straw Hat Pirates. Luffy discovered during his battle with Kaido that his devil fruit was never the paramecia Gomu Gomu no Mi. Instead, it was Hito Hito no Mi model, Sun God Nika. Although the One Piece gods aren't numerous, only 4 are known, they are incredibly powerful. This was demonstrated when Luffy activated Gear 5. The 4 gods in One Piece are the Sun God, the Rain God, the Forest God, and the Earth God. While it's been revealed that Luffy's devil fruit gave him the powers of the Sun God Nika, the identity of other characters with godly powers is still a mystery. It's uncertain whether any other characters possess those devil fruits at all. However, given what the series has shown so far, as well as how many mysteries are left to be answered, it's possible that certain characters have the powers of the remaining gods. There are a few prominent theories, prompting to wonder who the other 3 potential gods might be. First, Monkey D. Luffy has become One Piece's Sun God Nika. The only character confirmed to have the power of a god is none other than the series protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy. Having awakened his devil fruit after seemingly dying at the end of his battle with Kaido, Luffy discovered that his powers were actually that of the Hito Hito no Mi model, Sun God Nika. Luffy is able to access the full array of the Sun God Nika's powers by going into Gear 5. While Luffy is the first confirmed god in One Piece, what he's actually capable of is still largely unknown. According to the world government, the Sun God Nika fruit grants the most ridiculous powers of any devil fruit, with the user's body gaining rubber-like properties as well as cartoon physics. This explains why Luffy's body has been immune to electricity, as well as how it is able to stretch and expand to gigantic proportions, even without him blowing into his bones or muscles like he does with Gears 3 and 4, respectively. Luffy can apply these cartoon rubber properties to his surroundings, objects as well as other individuals and even lightning bolts. Number 2. Luffy's father, Monkey D. Dragon, might be One Piece's god of rain. Coincidentally, the next person most likely to have the powers of a god is Luffy's father, Monkey D. Dragon. Very little is known about Dragon, aside from him being the leader of the Revolutionary Army and the most wanted criminal in the One Piece world. Even with so little actually known about him, Dragon is considered the most likely candidate for being the user of the Rain God Devil Fruit. As of now, much like Dragon himself, almost nothing is known about One Piece's Rain God, aside from the fact that it was listed alongside other gods like Nika back in Skypiea. If the Sun God was real, then there's a good chance that the Rain God exists too. The reason Dragon is theorized to use this god's powers is because almost every time Dragon has performed any kind of deliberate action, the weather in the area becomes stormy, with rain, great winds, and lightning strikes occurring. For a long time, fans assumed his devil fruit was a wind logia or even weather-based paramecia. However, if he does have a devil fruit, it would probably be the rain gods. Number 3. Ryokugyu potentially has the forest god's powers. One of the more recent additions to the series, Navy Admiral Ryokugyu, is the only real candidate to have the powers of the forest god. Unlike Dragon, whose candidacy is based almost entirely on speculation, Ryokugyu actually has a decent amount of evidence supporting this theory. Ryokugyu finally made his grand introduction into the series when he single-handedly invaded Wano to capture Luffy for Fleet Admiral Sakazuki, Akainu. Claiming that he has the powers granted to him by a logia fruit known as the Mori Mori no Mi, Woods fruit, Ryokugyu has the power to create, control, and transform himself into plant life. He has so far shown to be powerful enough to beat the remnants of the Beast's pirates and even what's left of the 9 scabbards, with only Yamato and Momonosuke having the power to actually hurt him. Along with the powers expected of him, he was also seen able to attach roots to his enemies, sapping their strength and life from them into himself. This is certainly a unique power, even for a supposed logiotype. While Ryokugyu himself stated that his fruit is a logiotype, there's no reason to believe that to be true. Since eating it, Luffy fully believed that his devil fruit was the Gomu Gomu no Mi, a parameciotype. Considering it was revealed that Zoan fruits have something of a will of their own, it's not impossible that Admiral Ryokugyu's fruit is doing the same thing that Luffy's did. It could be concealing its true identity until the moment he manages to awaken his fruit, whatever that process might entail. It's also completely possible that he really is a logiotype, but that strength-leeching power seems a bit too suspicious to completely rule the Admiral out. Number 4. Blackbeard's Earth God powers start with his devil fruit. the most likely character to possess the abilities of the Earth God is Blackbeard. Starting with his original Devil Fruit, the Yami Yami no Mi, Blackbeard is actually a lot like Luffy in how the powers they receive don't always fit their specific type. Unlike most Logia types, Blackbeard can't actually turn into his element to avoid attacks or use special techniques. He receives more damage from attacks due to his fruit than he would without it, making him a unique Logia type. It also has the strange ability to nullify Devil Fruit powers. Luffy's fruit also acted weird for a paramecia type, which was notably commented on by Kaido. Just because its behavior is out of the ordinary doesn't necessarily mean that Blackbeard ate the Earth God's fruit, but it definitely makes it more possible. The other thing to keep in mind is his fruit's main power, and that is gravity manipulation. By using his Devil Fruit, he can use his darkness to pull things either towards him or into a seemingly endless void, trapping them inside until he decides to release the contents with incredible force. If he touches a Devil Fruit user, their powers are automatically disabled too, bringing everything his darkness reaches under his control. As far as powers go, Blackbeard's form of gravity manipulation is essentially a method of trapping and even conquering his opponents, which goes entirely against Luffy's desire for absolute freedom. It could even explain how Blackbeard was able to use a second Devil Fruit power. If Luffy's powers are all about being free to do anything, Blackbeard's could be about taking all. Throughout One Piece, Luffy and Blackbeard have been juxtaposed with one another to show how, regardless of how similar they are, they're also opposites. They are both selfish gluttons who want to become the king of pirates, but their motivations, methods, and morals are quite different. If the Sun God stood for freedom, then it would stand to reason that the Earth God would represent the opposite, as metaphorically they are the farthest from each other. In this way, Blackbeard would fit the conditions better than just about any other character in the series.